Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream, and I am outside today. I'm back at my mom's house visiting her, and again it's a beautiful day. I'll go ahead and show you, give you guys a good look here while I talk. It's another beautiful day here in South Florida. It's about 75 degrees here right now, but it's a very windy. They say there's going to be a little bit of a cold front, and it'll probably drop down to about 70, maybe 65 degrees in the next couple days. But right now it's just a beautiful day, just nice and windy out here. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about 3 tough cards. So I've gone through a little bit. I was looking through my collection and I found 3 cards that are of some of the greatest players ever in basketball and in baseball, and I've picked out 3 cards that are tough to find of those players. So we're going to start first with basketball, since we are in basketball season, and I'll start off first with the Wilt Chamberlain. And this is his rookie year card. You always see the portrait card, and of course that's the most expensive one, and that's the famous card. That's the one you see all the time. But in the 61-62 Fleer, there was also a Wilt Chamberlain in action card. And this is the Wilt Chamberlain in action card. And I really love this because it actually has an actual photo of him there dunking the ball. See if I can get you a good shot of that. And it says he dunks a 2-pointer, but it's a dunk. And you know, Wilt was, to me, when you talk about who are the greatest players ever, to me, I look at people that have changed the game, like a Babe Ruth and players like that. And Wilt Chamberlain is a perfect example of someone who changed the game. I mean, look at that. In the old days, you know, now they have the little flexible rims, and they changed a lot of the rules because of Wilt, because he was one of the greatest players ever, and probably, in my opinion, one of the top 3 basketball players ever in the history of basketball. You know, like it says here, a giant among giants. Wilt the Stilt is almost impossible to be stopped around the basket. He leaps high and stuffs the ball in with nonchalant grace. He grabs rebounds from heights high above the heads of the other fellas. He dunks. See if I can get a good look here. He dunks field goals with 2 hands and pulls off rebounds with 1. Given any daylight, he will swoop into the goal and one giant stride and roll the ball down his expansive palm just inside the front lip of the goal. His stamina is amazing. His defensive stalwart. He blocks, shoots, repeated. Here he dunks a 2-pointer. Dunking a 2-pointer. What a say. 7'1", 250 pounds. And Wilt Chamberlain, probably one of the greatest basketball players of all time. A record I don't think will ever be beaten. 100 points in one game he scored. You know, he did that finger roll where they described in the back. Kind of invented that almost, where he would just kind of lay that ball right into the rim. I mean, just an incredible player that changed the game. So I thought I'd show you his card from his rookie year, the second card from the rookie year, not the portrait, which is the expensive one. One day I will own that one, but in the meantime, this is the one I got, and this is the one I love. It shows an actual photo of him dunking that 2-pointer. And this is a beautiful example. It's a little bit off-centered, but it's really sharp, nice corners, really nice side to side. So you can see, even though it graded a 5, probably because of the centering, it's a beautiful example of Wilt Chamberlain in his rookie season. So that's one guy I wanted to show you first. The second one I want to show you is another one of the trailblazers in baseball, and this guy is won 3 most valuable player awards. Really, he won a batting title. He was one of the best players of his era, a World Series champion, And one of his tougher cards, because this is 3 tough cards, is the 1952 Roy Campanella. Roy Campanella was one of the best players of his days. Unfortunately, he had a car accident and ended up getting a horrific injury and was paralyzed. But during the time that he played, there was no equal. I mean, in that time, he was better than Yogi Berra, and he could have continued to be better than him if he would have played for a longer time, in my opinion. But just one of the all-time greats and really underappreciated players because of his shortened career. But again, he another player that broke the color barrier with Jackie Robinson and Larry Doby and the rest of the gang there, and just a beautiful example of his 1952 tops. And this came from that find where I got my mantle, and I was able to pick this one up along with the mantle, because this also is a minimum size card from the factory. But it's just a gorgeous card. And I love cards with the blue backgrounds, and give a quick shout out to John 3D80s Kids, because he knows that I like the yellow background cards. And this is just a beautiful card of Roy Campanella, a tough card from the 52 high number series. And this is the card that comes right after the mantle and the Robinson and stuff. But this is a single print card, where the other two, the mantle and the Jackie Robinson, are both double print cards. So that's why I'm putting this in my tough card pile, because you don't see many of these, especially in a beautiful condition, because there's half of these, less than half of these graded compared to the Mickey Mantle and the Jackie Robinson. So that's the Roy Campanella. We'll take a good look at the back of the Roy Campanella, and you can see here, catcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers, Campy, is recognized as one of the great fielding catchers of all time. He was named the most valuable player in the National League in 1951 and has been an all-star catcher in 49, 50, 51, 52. I think he's an 11-time all-star. He broke in with Nashville in 46, moved up to Montreal, and brought up to the Dodgers after hitting 325. And look at the stats here, 325 average that he had back in those days. So incredible player, one of the best players ever in the history of baseball, and probably one of the top, I would consider him one of the top 5 catchers probably in all of baseball. Mr. Roy Campanella, in a tough 52 high number. So 2 of the greatest players in baseball. Now I'm going to move on to another one of the greatest players in baseball, and another tough card. And this guy is one that probably is one of the most ignored or undervalued pitchers ever. And he is, in my opinion, one of the top 5 pitchers in the history of baseball. And that's, Orlando. That's a lot to say, but yeah. You tell me a pitcher that has 117 WAR. Tell me another pitcher that has 373 wins, a lifetime 250 ERA. When he pitched in those days, Grover Cleveland Alexander, they didn't really have the Cy Young Award, but he won the Triple Crown for pitching 3 times. I mean, these are some incredible numbers for one of the most incredible pitchers ever in the in baseball history, Grover Cleveland Alexander. And this is a beautiful card. This is the 1923 American Caramel, the E121, and this is in a 1.5. But I love that you see him there, and it's an actual photo. That's why when I like pre-war cards, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the strip cards. I like cards that actually have a photo of the player, and this is one of those nice ones. And there he is, Grover Cleveland Alexander, pitcher for the Chicago Nationals back in those days. One of the greatest pitchers ever in the history of baseball. I mean, you heard some of my stats there. You know, for a pitcher to get over 100 WAR, you know, I mean, almost 400 wins, 373 wins. He had under 300 losses. I mean, for a pitcher like that, I think he had 270 losses. But overall, a 250 ERA, and just one of the most, he was a World Series champion. And if you talk to people back in those days, they'll tell you, people that have saw him play or even wrote about him, they'll say that Grover Cleveland Alexander was one of the greatest pitchers they've ever seen. And this is the American Caramel. And in the back, these were given out with candy. Boy, it's real windy over here, so hopefully it doesn't get too much on my microphone here, but it's a real breezy day. So this one is a set of 120 cards of leading baseball stars of the American and National League, made by the American Caramel Company of Lancaster and York, Pennsylvania. So these are from Pennsylvania, and they were, I mean, really a local issue, but really they produced quite a few of these, but not enough where you see them very often. So that's why I'm saying that this is a tough card, and I think there's probably less than 50 graded, a lot less than 50 graded. I didn't even look up the count, but another tough card. So this is the three tough card day for my video here. So I wanted to show you three incredible players, three top-notch all-timers in the history of baseball and basketball, and three cards that are some of the tougher cards to find of these players. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you watching all of my videos. I'll get back to a hanging out with my cards video next time around, and I'll keep that series going. But I wanted to do today the three tough cards. Today's Friday, tomorrow Saturday, I will be at the Fort Lauderdale Card Show. So if anybody wants to see me there, come on by. I'm trying to get a couple people there. I know one of my subscribers is going to be there. I'm probably going to go there with another buddy of mine if he'll come along with me, and we'll see how it goes. But the big show will be the Palm Beach show, and that's going to be November 11th. I'll be at that one also. So thanks again, guys, for watching. Truly appreciate your support, and please like and subscribe, and have an awesome weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Orlando from A Collector's Dream, and have an awesome day. I'll catch you on the next one.